Hey all, we are at Bristol in the Cup Series, my first full season in Heat 4. This is the second Bristol race, I believe, because it's at night, so it's late in the season. I believe I finished 10th in the spring race here. And I know it's a little bit longer video, but short laps at Bristol, so 75 laps to go. Just pitted. Now, I'm in the 21 car, which is a 4-star car. It's not the fastest, as if you've watched some of my other videos in the Cup Series, we're just talking about the differences between the Cup, Xfinity, and truck cars, trucks, whatever. It's supposed to. They have Roush Yates engines, just like Team Penske, they're partners. But for some reason in NASCAR Heat 4, you have a big difference in horsepower. So I'm running a heavier gear than I would if I had a 5-star car. I don't know why things are slowing down there, because I just watched this and it was fine. I don't know. Window weirdness. Anyway, so I got a good setup, and one thing I found is that because I have less horsepower, I actually have an advantage on the long runs. But like in the other series, it takes a good 20 laps for my setup to have an advantage. So, you know, these guys, you know, even in their lap down, they're still fast. They have 5-star cars, you know, I'm kind of like, you know, just keeping up kind of thing. Bumped around a little bit. A lot of incidental contact in Cup at Bristol. Kind of hard to avoid for the most part. But the good thing is that you don't spin everybody out. They don't spin you out, you know, easily. You can in certain things, but I think that's more how NASCAR Heat 4 determines like what setups the other guys are running. Because you can set your car up where it's very easy to spin you out. I don't particularly care for those kind of setups from experience, but you know, as you can see, I can pretty much go anywhere with the car, and I'm using the gas a lot, on and off the gas, especially turn 4. Turn 4, for whatever reason, is a little bit different than turn 2. Even on old tires, you can pretty much hold it open once you hit the gas coming out of 2. But 4, it has a tendency to slide a little bit high.
Got one down low.
Especially on older tires. So you you know, you can't just mash the throttle pedal. And it gets a little weird off 4. I don't know if everybody has that, because I don't know how many of you guys, you know, race like 50% or 100% length races. But I do know that over 50 laps, it will tend towards the loose side. And that will equalize turn 4 for a while, and then you'll get loose off there after being just a bit snug. So, you know, it's kind of like knowing how the car is going to act, you know, as the laps wind up, you know, kind of thing. And bear in mind also, if you're running stages in career especially, I noticed the track changes. It drives a little bit differently. It can help you, it can hurt you. Usually for me it doesn't affect me much, but I'll notice that the AI cars, different AI guys might be up front. Like, you know, there's always going to be one AI guy that's probably going to be up front most of the race unless he wrecks or something, or 2. But you'll see other guys, you know, right behind him, wherever that person is running on the track. Like here, right now it's Harvick. Now, Harvick, I don't believe, is up front the whole beginning of the race, but he's up front now, you know. I guess they make him stronger near the end of certain races like Bristol, where he's good at. Because, you know, his nickname was the closer. You gotta, you know, be there at the end for the checkered flag. So I got a lot of maneuverability, but you see, even at Bristol, I did not want to dent my nose. That drives me nuts. Because it's going to make coming out, if it makes it a little tighter, it's going to make coming out of turn 4 a little harder until you get past 50 laps. And there was only like 75 laps to go.
Still there?
So it might help towards the end of the run if it goes green, but
You got room, you're clear there.
you can also make it slide up a little more in the turns, you know. You know, I like a good setup at Bristol, and because I'm going to be aggressive,
Careful.
you know.
Still there.
It's near the end of the race. I'm not in first. I led most of the first 2 stages. After the, realistically, I'd say the 50 lap mark, I led pretty much from there. And things changed a little bit in the 3rd stage. There was more cautions than I expected. That's why I threw the record button on at 75. I was going to wait until 50 laps, but you know, a lot of things were going on. And see, I'm still running good, 16.3s. But you know, it's Bristol, and Harvick is fast here, and he's almost a third of a lap ahead of me, a straightaway ahead. And that's not good for me, but I am faster than these guys. One of the things that I learned that you can gain a lot is how you work traffic. Both cars you're racing and cars that are a lap down. That's why I tend to like the wider, faster tracks, because you have more opportunity to get up to somebody and pass them, especially if you have fresher tires. That was just dumb. He shouldn't have tried to get in there because I was already up on his bumper, but, you know, whatever. Yeah, so at Bristol, it's a lot harder. There are 3 lanes at Bristol, even in the Cup Series. And I got a really good setup, and you will see me attempt to go around the outside a couple times and fail. There we go. You'll see me go 3 wide once and fail. But I do it a bunch of other times too. You gotta have confidence in your setup. You gotta know what the car is gonna do and when to make moves like that. And I'm racing against AI, so if I mess up, I'm not worried about, you know, hurting anybody's feelings or pissing anybody off. But you know, and I'll do that because when I race, I'm closing in on Harvick, so almost cut the distance in half. So I'm seeing that, and I'm like, yes, I can get back up there. I can have a chance of winning this race, but I still got a lot of laps to go. It's under 50 laps, so there's time, but there's not a whole lot of time. I'd much prefer to be in second on his bumper at this point. So I'm just doing everything I can to work through traffic to get to him, or Chase Elliott. Now, I've been faster than both of them, but I don't know how or what adjustments they made on the last pit stop that the game is taken into account, because they make adjustments too. You know, they come out different sometimes. It's just little things you pick up from racing so much about how the AI works and stuff. Oh, he must have gotten caught behind these guys. So I'm thinking I gotta blow past these guys as quickly as possible, because then I'll gain more time on him, because he's going to get a little bit of open track, or more open track than I'll have, and he'll pull away. And in Cup, in particular, seems to be more green flag, you know, longer green flag runs. So I'm not looking for a caution. And I know, you know, at 50 laps, I'll probably have the best car on the track. Yeah, so that's, you just can't do anything about that. It's Bristol. You know, so if you're in the turn and somebody, you know, just bumps you like that, even if it does a little damage, because Bristol has a tendency to do that a little bit more than other tracks. Probably not going to hurt you as much. Bugs me more than anything here. I let him kind of straighten out there. And I was paying more attention to him because I didn't want to caution. And so I hit the wall, made my situation a little bit worse probably. So I'm like, well, whatever. Either way, I'm going to have a really good finish. And I'm not trying to win the championship because at the tracks that need horsepower, this thing, it's like in danger of going a lap down after 15, 20 laps. See, the rest of the field was probably gonna, half the field was probably gonna pit there, which would have messed things up. We got a caution. So I get to go in and get to fix the damage, and I don't think I did anything significant there. Because I already know it's a good setup. It's been vetted in more than a few races. So I'm just like, it's go time. Got like, what?
Got one peeking inside.
37 laps, and I gotta get 10 positions up. Somehow, I have to get through these fast guys, and we're gonna catch the end of the field before we get to the checkered flag. I see it. Just, some of the guys in front of me didn't pit, so I should be faster. That's why I got into Almirola, because I forget that, like, I'm the only one pitting.
Careful, still there.
There's only 10 cars on the lead lap, or 12 cars, whatever it is. So I wasn't worried about losing that much track position with 30-plus laps to go. But it is harder. As you see me in the Truck and Xfinity Series, just, blow by cars that haven't pitted in front of me when I got, 20-plus fresher tires. But Cup, it's harder. If it was much closer to the end, like within 20 laps, I probably wouldn't have pitted. Yeah, well, I front bashed it anyway, so. And Bowman has damage, and didn't mean to get into Newman there.
Got a car coming inside now.
So he's actually holding us up a little bit, and I just gotta wait for my tire pressure to get up before I can go bonsai on him there. Like that. See, if you get up next to the guy, inside, outside, and you're faster, you should be able to get past him. And that's half the battle at Bristol, is getting next to him. If you don't have a good enough setup to pass him on the outside, that's where guys end up using the chrome horn. Just tap him and he'll move. They'll move. A little harder than that because I wasn't trying to move Martin there. I didn't expect him to slide up. But, they're on older tires. So their cars are probably not handling as well as mine are at the moment. Yeah, I knew he was going to go inside, so I said, screw it. Let's see if I can get up next to him so I can get past him. And yeah, I'm on the... I got a lower gear in there.
You got room, you're clear.
To compensate for the lack of power more in this case, but it works in where, I see the thing flashing and I let off the gas because I don't want to overdrive the corner. That's Harvick, right? That's Harvick. So he was leading the race and Elliott passed him.
Inside.
And I just passed him. So if I'm faster than Harvick, I'm pretty sure I'm faster than Elliott and Boyer here. The Boyer car has been up front most of the day.
Stay low.
Yeah. I didn't think he'd give me an opening, so I moved a little late. But again, I didn't wreck him or anything. I just touched him. And who's leading? Keselowski's up front. So he's a technical teammate, though I doubt the way the sim figures it that it takes that into account in any way.
Careful.
As you see, I'm just letting it all hang out. Doing what I can, putting the car in the best possible spot to gain a position. So you get things like this. They're inside, they're outside. Come on, Jay, hit the gas. You could have made it. Be like that. So you just go.
All right, you're clear.
And again, I know what the car will do. I know, if you don't know, see, half the problem I have with a lot of the setups that I'm working on that are not really great is they will do different things than I expect them to do at times. And it's not so much,
Stay high, stay high. You got room. You're
it's
clear.
not so much that I have to learn it.
Got one
It's
outside
that
now.
I'm not prepared for the setup I made to do that in those situations. And I change it so much, you know, like this Bristol setup I've been using
Alright,
for,
you're clear then.
I guess,
We've got 24 left.
over a dozen races in both Xfinity and truck,
Stay low, stay low.
and now Cup,
You got
2
room.
races
You're
and
clear.
3 races in Cup, and full races. You know, this is 500 laps.
Careful,
I'm
slow
running
down.
here. And I'm tired. You get
All right,
fatigued.
you're clear.
You know, you get to that 400 lap mark, and you're like another 100 laps. It's like, yeah. The first time was interesting, but that gives you plenty of time to really get to know how your car is going to handle and drive. You guys running the 50% length races, a two by or more. Yeah, you're learning things that a lot of the guys that are only running 1 by and, you know, short runs, 10 laps, 20 laps, that are not learning, and it gives you an opportunity to tweak your setups better. So Larson.
Clear high, clear
At this
high.
point, I'm just like, get out of the way. I empathize with Kyle Busch and a few other guys that like lap cars. You know, yeah. I misjudged that. Because I thought he might go high, but he didn't.
Still there.
So he stayed in the middle. So I got to bear that in mind. So he's going to be in the middle. So I got to prepare to go low and get past him. And then I can do my exit a little bit better. Now I'm faster than both these guys, but I realize,
Back her down.
probably because of the damage, that I need a clear track to really get past them. So I was hoping that we got through all the lap traffic. We had a few laps where it would just be the 3 of us, but I might be able to get past it. And then the caution comes out. I did not pit because my setup is about the best it's going to be, you know, taking the damage into account. You know, I could have probably been a little better, but I'm not going to have time for my setup to come in.
Inside. Road clear.
And see, if I hit it, I would have got the damage back probably right there anyway. So just going for it. Now I only have to pass 2 guys, so I'm going to get by Keselowski. If not this turn, the next turn.
Car there on the inside. Clear all around that.
And we're going for the win. So, you know, it's like, what is it? 9 under 10 laps. So anything goes. I don't plan on having to move anybody or thinking like, you know, okay, to win this race, I'm going to push somebody out of the way. I'm just racing. I know I got a faster car. I have no reason to think I have to get to Chase's bumper and move him. And the way the Cups cars are now with downforce, it's a harder thing to do. You know, online at a few different tracks, I've noticed that guys have tried directly. Yep, intentionally more than a few times, and they bounce off. So wrecking somebody is not always, you know, a viable strategy to gain a position or win a race. In fact, I'm almost thinking that Heat 4, they actually kind of made it harder to do it. Yeah, you can still wreck people, but you pretty much have to like bonsai them into a corner, like where they slow down and you're behind them and you just turn to, you know, T-bone them or something. And yeah, they will go flying all over the place. And if their setup, or if they're, you know, is too loose, or you got on really old tires, it becomes easier. But in short online races, it seems to be a lot harder to do. And I got past them. I'm like, yes, I got past them. This is Bristol. Bristol was one of those races. You know, Earnhardt won his first race at Bristol as a rookie. And that is a huge thing. I don't think anybody has done that before or since, because it's such a tough, you know, kind of track. And I'm not comparing myself to Earnhardt, but he is one of the guys I love. He's my favorite driver overall. And I'm just like, this is not easy. It's just getting through 500 laps, and I have a 4-star car. And managing to put myself in this position, yeah, I see Harvick coming, and I'm like, I don't think he has enough time to catch me if he's faster than me. Because I don't really want to push it too hard in case I have to fight him. I'm still running 16.4 lap time, so I'm like, nah, no big deal. We got this.
You're all clear up top.
Yep, it's not over until you're past the start-finish line. And if you notice, I'm running so hard, I actually wore the right front a little bit. So I made it. So, you know, winning at Bristol is a big deal, and this is my first full season. And I won at Talladega in the spring, and I won Bristol, second race. So I'm like, okay, we got 2 tracks, and I ran well at Atlanta too. Yeah, I was a little bit excited here. Bristol's not a great track to do burnouts on in the front stretch. Yeah, I'm doing that. And hitting the wall. Anyway, so I need practice and burnouts, okay? Gotcha. Anyway, so you see, I think I started decent. Qualified, I think, in the top 15. Hard to qualify against guys with much more power than you. And see, lap 80, we had a couple of cautions, so I did some tire strategy. I'm in second, and I'm happy to run second. So I finished second in the first stage. Okay. Tell me where I am. They really need to fix this long replay on long races like these 500 lappers. Seventh, okay. The 7th, and I think we're coming. Yeah, we're coming like I think 20 laps to the end of the second stage. Yeah, I think Denny was bugging me. I came in second again, I believe, in the second stage. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Got some good points. Because I had a bit of a plan, and it was to stay in the top 20, because I already got a win, get another win to guarantee a playoff spot, and then try to get into the top 8 and finish the season in 8th or 9th or 10th, so I could get a 5-star ride for the next year. So I don't have enough money to buy my own team in the Cup yet. And plus, you know, I don't mind driving for a 5-star team. I can work on my setups, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. Oh, it jumped all the way to the end here, so skipped that whole part, pretty much. And now there's me taking the lead, and going on to the win. That's interesting how it spends more times on the wrecks than actually like what's going on in the race. So that was a very cool but tough. It only gave me a speed rating of 101, but I won. So I like my setup. I see no reason to change it, even for a 50% race, which I have run. Did I run a Bristol? I don't think I ran Bristol. It wasn't in the 12. I can't remember if it was in the 12 track season, single season that I'm running 2 by 50%. 15.5. I can't run that fast here. I think I've gotten a 15.6. But I'm really not interested in running that fast. I only qualified 27. You see? That's the 4-star car, you know? I had the winning car, but I couldn't qualify because I got no engine power. Only in the race does it equalize after the tires wear a little bit, you know, kind of thing. And with my setup coming in, it kind of like magnifies, so I'm able to start seriously moving forward after, you know, 20, 25 laps, which is cool. Now, when I went to, spoiler, but I went to a 5-star car and doing quick race testing because I figured I need to change things around. I had to really work on that right rear. It was still a good setup, but way too loose. It's just snap loose off the turns, spinning the right rear. Where did I finish second at Talladega? Was it my first one? I thought I won at Talladega. Or maybe it was the season before. To get this ride, I won at Talladega in a hot seat in this car. Something like that. I don't remember. If you're following my videos, you can tell me.
You will be able to win in that car, but you proved them wrong. I don't know how you did it.
Tell me about it. It's called Refuse to Lose. Yeah, so yeah, this is cute. I don't care about this, but it's interesting, and you know, you kind of like have to respond and do all this, or else it can piss people off, and then they start wrecking you. You know, I just don't want to get involved in getting a rival. Yeah, well, you were slow in front of me. What do you want, Daryl? I didn't do it on purpose.
Hey there.
Hit the gas.
We're
Gas is
amigos.
on the right.
So I feel like I can be honest with you. That last race was horrible. I can't believe you ran into me. Wait.
Yeah.
Are you kicking me out of the fantasy?
Of course I
football
did.
team?
Yep. It's very cute that they recorded all this stuff, which shows the, you know, the attention to detail. I don't need this, but you know, some people think it's cool, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's cool. I just, you know, whether they had it or not is not a deal breaker for me. So anyway, I got momentum. Great. So we had a successful day at Bristol. Learned a lot, and gonna keep you know at it. And that was my plan for this season. So it means I gotta run more cup races, even if I have a crappy setup and a crappy car. Simply because I need to watch points. I'm going for points. So I would have liked to win the 2 stages and get some playoff points, but at least I got 9 points each time, so that's 18 more points, and I got the win, so that's 5 playoff points there, blah, 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 blah. Well, settings are up, so I gotta go. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, everything. Thank you all very much for watching. Keep rolling.